On the day of my father's funeral, a teenage boy walked up to the portrait and said "Dad" out loud. The hall went quiet like someone cut the audio. My older brother, Jason, laughed once, too sharp. He said, "Wrong room, kid." The boy pulled out a sealed envelope with our father's handwriting. My mother collapsed into a chair. I was the only person in the room who was not shocked, because 1 week earlier I had already opened the copy my father mailed me himself. My name is Lin Su. I am 33, the younger daughter, the one always described as gentle. In our family, gentle meant convenient. Jason ran the family business after Dad stepped back. He controlled accounts, signatures, and narrative. My mother repeated one sentence for years: "Family harmony is worth more than paperwork." I believed it until harmony became a strategy to keep me quiet. 6 months before Dad died, he asked me to meet him at the old seaside clinic, not for treatment, for truth. He slid a thick envelope across the table. He said, "If you open this while I am alive, I will deny everything. If you open it after I am gone, do not let anger drive you. Let evidence drive you." Inside were medical records, bank routing maps, and a notarized letter. There was also a photograph of a woman and a boy whose eyes matched Dad's younger photos. The letter said one brutal sentence clearly: "Jason has known since college. He chose not to tell you because control was easier than repair. I spent nights verifying public filings, transfer timestamps, shell vendors tied to Jason's assistant, the same assistant who brought soup to my mother and called her auntie with wet eyes. I did not confront anyone yet. I logged everything with timestamps like my job trained me to do, so when the teenager appeared at the funeral, he was not a random chaos agent. He was the living proof Jason pretended did not exist." Jason grabbed the envelope and tried to tear it. Our father's lawyer stepped forward faster than family loyalty. He said destruction of estate-related documents after notice is not grief. It is exposure risk. My mother finally looked at Jason. She asked one word: "You knew." Jason's jaw tightened. He said I was protecting Mom from heartbreak. I looked at him and said, "You were protecting your signing authority." The reading moved to a side room because the hall could not hold what came next. The will split assets with conditions. If concealed transfers were proven, shares would be clawed back into a trust for elder care and for the minor dependent named in the file. Jason's face changed when he heard dependent. He thought inheritance was about blood ranking. The law called it duty. Within weeks, mediation turned into investigation. Not because I wanted revenge soap opera drama, because Dad asked for consequences that matched facts. Jason sent long messages about betrayal. I replied with one line: "Betrayal is not telling your sister the house was leveraged twice without her knowledge." My mother stopped defending him when she saw her own name on a policy change she never authorized. She sat in my kitchen at 2 a.m., holding tea she did not drink. She asked if I hated her for teaching harmony. I said I hated how harmony became a weapon against truth. The boy and his mother did not become props in my story. They became people with legal standing and pain that deserved privacy. I met them once in a neutral office. I told them I could not rewrite the past. I could help make the future auditable. People online later called our family a trending tragedy. They wanted villains and applause. What we got was paperwork, shame, and slow correction. Jason eventually signed away operational control, not because he grew a conscience overnight, because the alternative was worse on paper. That is how adult consequences often arrive. Not as thunder, as clauses. Today I visit Dad's ashes when the sea wind is harsh. I tell him we finished what he could not finish alive. Family ethics is not decoration on holidays. It is what you do when nobody is clapping. If you are listening and you suspect someone is laundering love into leverage, document early. Silence feels cheaper until it becomes the most expensive habit you ever funded. And if you stand in a funeral hall and truth walks in wearing a child's face, do not look away. Look at the paperwork. Then decide who you want to be when the cameras are gone.